Good morning, everybody. 26th of February, 2025. The world still technically on fire, but not as bad as it was yesterday. Tweeted last night, I thought 87,000 might be the bottom, and an hour after 87,000, we started to go up. So call me a soothsayer. I don't have a magic ball, but we are back at 89,000. It's not out of the woods yet. We can still come down, and we are going to cover that today. We are going to go through Wall Street threats. You don't get these titles anywhere else on the internet. We're going to go through a $200,000 Bitcoin target. We're going to talk about Aya, are you okay? One for the Michael Jackson fans out there. We're going to talk about Rome Alone, 3 winners, USDG arriving, SBF speaks for the first time. I thought he was in prison for the next 25 years, but apparently he's got access to his Twitter account. We're going soft. Bleeding Love is the title of the show today, and that's because all of the alts that you love are bleeding everywhere. There's blood everywhere. It's like a scene from a horror film. It's like a scene from Saw. There's just blood everywhere. And I'm here to reassure you that one day they will recover. Please don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe. Just under 198,000 followers. We are only 2,500 away from 200,000. That's it. We are so close. Good morning, KB, Velvet Rope, Bullish Bull, Jan, Hidden Agendas, Cyberpunk Danny, everybody else out there. My chat isn't letting me talk. I updated the streaming software, and now I cannot type again. That is the cost of progress. Now then, you will notice that we do not have any tombstone today. No, we're back in the studio. We've been to visit the grave of crypto, but I don't think we're going to die. Not this time. No, not for the 900th time either in Bitcoin's history are we going to die. And if you're new to crypto and you see these types of price actions, it's quite scary. But on average, there are about 6 to 7 30% drops in any cycle. So since around about October 2023, which is a year and a half ago, and the end of the bull run, which I think is November, so 2 years, we will have about 7 or 6 30% drops. I don't know whether we're going to drop 30% anymore, given the market cap. I think they're going to be 20% drops from now on. If you work out what 20% of 106,000 is, it works out about $85,000. So if we've gone from 30 to 20% drops, then 85,000, 84, 86,000 is round about the ballpark figure. So is coming down to touch the bull market support band before we springboard back up. So even though there are bleating, crying, screaming crypto influencers out there telling you that the end is nigh and they're crying into their bowl of Doge Elon Mars, I am here to tell you to chill out and relax. It's not the end of the world. Come back to me when we're at 63,000 and that might be a different story, but we're a long way from there, Dorothy. Let's have a look at the charts. Bitcoin 89,000, Ethereum 2,500, XRP $2.30. XRP has done surprisingly well. BNB 628, that's had a nice recovery. Solana back at 141. Maybe we're not going to go to the 120, 130 that I said. We would go to Cardano, 70 cents. Even when Cardano was in a good period, it was at 80 cents. It's not that far down. Again, the alts have bled and Bitcoin has bled. And now we need to recover. Remember, if you are happy when Solana gets back to $160 because it's gone up 10 or 15%, it's still down 30%. So recency bias works in both directions. When it's a green day and everything is up 10 or 15%, you are super happy. Look at Celestia. It's up 25% in the last 24 hours. It was at $20. Okay, put things into context. If you bought it yesterday at $3, fantastic, brilliant, you've made a 25% profit. If you bought it at $15 and $16, you're down 70%. It's not a time to celebrate, okay? Bleeding love is the theme of the show today. You love your alts, and you shouldn't do, but you do, and they bleed. They bleed to Bitcoin, and until Bitcoin breaks down, they will continue to go down. But it doesn't mean they're finished. In most cases, it's a chance to buy more of your favorite coins. And as I said yesterday, make sure they are coins associated with projects that have revenue and turnover. Okay, that's important. Quant is a fantastic project, terrible price action. That's a good coin. Maker is going through a rebrand, so that price is likely to go up considerably in the next few weeks. XDC we talked about before. Celestia I think is absolute trash. Wouldn't touch Celestia with a barge pole. Verachain is recovering. Litecoin, Tariq's favourite coin. It should be called Tariq coin in all honesty. That's at 126. Again, I've got aspirations of a $250 to $300 Litecoin for the end of this bull run. So you've still got a good chance of getting in there. We don't talk about this coin because we don't like the CEO and we don't like how he talks about young girls. So we don't talk about that. Move is up, Hyperliquid. Sui back over $3. That's going to have a good bull run. So lots of gainers. Are we going to see too many losers today? Not many. Mantra is down a bit, and that's pretty much it. Radium at $2.40. I'm telling you now, it's a steal. I have seen an awful lot of people talking about Solana being finished. Now, why is Solana finished in their eyes? Because memes are finished. That's what they say. Memes are finished, therefore Solana is finished. And people who say that don't understand what Solana is, okay? We are never getting rid of meme coins. They are always going to be with us, whether we like it or not. And I don't like them. So we're always going to have meme coins. And the most important thing to understand about Solana is it's full of people who have greed. And they want to make the next 200, 500x, okay? I like Solana because of the DeFi side. I like the fact that we're going to have lots of TradFi come into Solana. I like the fact that I'm going to be able to get 4 or 5% yield on my stable coins at the end of this bull run. That's why I like Solana, and that's why I've always liked Solana. I've never really been a big meme coin person. Now, Radium is the biggest exchange on the biggest blockchain, and it's come down from $5 to $2.40. I don't own any Radium, and I am not going to buy any Radium because I hold Jupiter, and Jupiter is an aggregator, so it feeds off the likes of Radium. An aggregator aggregates all of the prices of all of the exchanges together to give you the best price. A little bit like Go Compare. So, great price for that. That's down. And again, we haven't had many losers because we're having a bit of a bounce. Now, are we having a dead cat bounce? Possibly. We have some very important data coming out today, which I'm going to tell you about in a minute. But first, let us go and have a look at this. Okay? Now, don't let the bears play with you. Okay? This bear is mauling you. Okay? But you need to fight back. Jump on that bear's back. Strangle it to the ground. Don't let the bear win. Now, that bear will fill you with fear, uncertainty, and doubt. Okay? And you are going to be shaken out at the wrong time. Buy low, sell high means when there's blood in the streets, you buy. And when we are ripping to all-time highs, and that Radium coin I told you about a minute ago that's at $2.40, when that goes to $5 or $6 and everyone's going to tell you it's going to go to $1,000, you take profits. Maybe you sell half or a third or 20%, whatever it might be. You take some money off the table because mark my words, we are going to see at some point in May, June or July, a similar event to what is happening down now. And everyone's going to say, it's a left-sided cycle. That was the top. We're finished. It's game over. Okay? Eric Balchunas, one of my favorite guys on Twitter. Whenever Bitcoin has a 10% pullback after going up 50%, your Bitcoin has failed. And we know he's talking about Peter Schiff, the gold man himself. Okay? It's all well and good saying that Bitcoin is finished on a minor retracement. But let's look at the facts. We went from 94,000 to 86,000. That's not even a 10% correction. Okay? We've been on this roller coaster before. We know what happens on this roller coaster. It goes down and then it comes back up. Goes down and it comes back up. Now, Cynthia Lummis has said big things are cooking. Remember, another very important thing that the Democrats like to say about Donald Trump, and that is that he doesn't know what he's talking about. He doesn't need to know what he's talking about. He's not on the border deporting people. He's not in charge of the Bitcoin reserve. He's put Elon Musk in charge of Doge. Donald Trump doesn't have to know the exact workings of everything. And where people missed the trick was at the Bitcoin conference last November, October, September, whenever it was. He stood up and said, Bitcoin's going to be huge. Crypto's going to be huge. You're all going to be rich. We're all going to be rich. And everyone cheered. Well done, Donald Trump. And then he got off stage and people said, hang on a minute, but we don't actually know. He didn't really say anything. Of course he didn't. Does he care? No. Who does Donald Trump have around him? His son, Eric. What's Eric doing right now? He's running World Liberty Financials. And what's that doing? It's buying all the Ethereum. Cynthia Lummis also stood up and talked at the Bitcoin conference and explained how the strategic reserve would work. She talked, I don't know how long for, half an hour, 45 minutes. She is laser eyes. She is the one to pay attention to. Donald Trump is the mannequin. He stands there and he waves his arms and everyone cheers and then he walks off. And then the people that he puts in charge do the work. Now, you ask Steve Jobs. Steve Jobs would say, if you want something done quickly, you find a lazy person, okay? That's not the case in this instance, but it's just a case of Steve Jobs would never do every job within Apple. Donald Trump would never do every job within the American government. He finds people he trusts. Whether they're the most skilled, whether they are the best person for the job is irrelevant. He thinks that's the best person. Cynthia Lummis might have never heard of Bitcoin 2 years ago, but mark my words, she has done her homework in the last 6 months. She is going to be fine. Now then, Ben Cowan, a lot of guys spent the last year shilling meme coins. Now they're like, why are people so mad? Bitcoin is only down 20%, but the illiquid S coins they shilled are down 90%. That is why people are mad. And that is why you listen to us. We do not, hopefully, tell you to buy too many dead ducks. Polygon, I think, is the deadest duck that we've ever told you about, and we still hold it. So, just be careful, okay? Listening to the wrong people, telling you to buy Gotius Maximus, okay, or any of these other fly-by-night coins is going to get you wrecked more than Bitcoin. You said ETH 2025. I said ETH 2025. No, I said ETH $2,025. Again, it was a mistake. When I said ETH 2025, what I meant was it was going to $2,025. If you misheard, that's on you. I'm joking. We're not going to see $2,025 unless there's a massive capitulation. I think I've just brought that one up. Let's have a look. Let's go to the Cynthia Lummis one and then we'll go to Market Watch. And then we'll actually get into some news rather than me mumbling on about things. And if not said good morning to Solo Sky, good morning to you, sir. I hope you are well. So this was what was cooking. I'm thrilled to announce I will be the honorary co-host for Bitcoin for America. I hope you tune in on March the 11th. Big things are cooking. The Bitcoin Policy Institute. Okay, so let's get this very clear in your head. Donald Trump is the wig at the top. Eric and Donald Trump Jr. are in charge of their private crypto business. On the government side, you have Cynthia Lummis in charge of the Bitcoin Strategic Reserve. And then, if you want to throw it in, you have the pro-crypto head of the SEC and Hester Peirce. Okay, so Donald's ducks are all lined up, and he's ticked them off one by one. Why? Because it brings money to America. It brings money to America, and that brings in tax. He's already said if you hold coins that are established in America, you are likely to not pay tax on them. So, America first, whether you like it or not, is irrelevant. America first coins are going to all pump. And with Cynthia in charge, we are going to see a lovely few years of crypto and Bitcoin in particular, not having to fight the establishment, but having the establishment on side. And I've seen loads of people saying, if Kamala Harris was in charge, we'd have a $250,000 Bitcoin. No, we wouldn't. We'd have done exactly the same thing we've just done. We'd have had a run up to the election, we'd have had a blow off top, and we'd have had the correction because it's cyclical. We do this at the start of every year. The one difference this time is, of course, that we have the ETFs that we didn't have in the last cycle and the cycle before. Okay, and they can maybe make crypto a little bit more volatile, but on the whole, they should be a net positive. Now then, this is a really boring list of really boring things that are happening in America. But Thursday, which is tomorrow, we want to know what's going to be the catalyst to push us up. What's going to give us a little bit of a spark to push us up. Remember, nothing really brought us down. We had the hack, yes. We had the fairly negative FOMC. Yeah, we had a little bit of inflation, you know. Maybe all of those things combined brought us down. And maybe the fact that everyone was going long caused cascading liquidations to the downside, whatever it might be. Now we need a spark to relight the fire, don't we? Now, what could that spark be? The earliest possible spark could be the jobless claims. Now, this is an interesting one because if the jobless claims are going down, then the economy is strong. If the jobless claims are going up, the economy is weak. And inversely, we want a weaker economy, so we see Chairman Powell cut rates. But the market will read this how it wants to read this, and this could be tomorrow the spark that sends us back up, the jobless claims. Okay. After that, on Friday, you've got the core price index. That could bring the market up. So Thursday and Friday really are the days where we should see the next level of volatility to up or downside. You know, maybe this comes in horrifically, and maybe all the people that Doge are sacking is going to add to this, and maybe it's going to send us to the downside. Short-term pain, okay? But it's what's going to cause the next move in the market. And also, never read crypto within the bubble. Always look outside, okay? This is a macro industry where Bitcoin reacts to what's going on in the outside world. Gold, stocks, whatever. Gold came down yesterday, as far as I'm aware. Stocks crashed as well. 4-year low in consumer confidence, okay? Trump's been in 3 or 4 weeks. It's going to take a while to get this going, okay? So everything is in this negative downward momentum at the moment, and we need something to kick out of it. We've talked about tariffs for Canada and Mexico. Trump is going to talk about that. That is going to impact on inflation because it makes everything that comes in from Canada and Mexico 25% more expensive. There is a little bit of a fallacy where people think that having this tariff is good for America. In the long term, yes. In the short term, it's going to cause inflation because if they're bringing in steel or oil or anything from Canada and that's suddenly got a 25% tax on it, then that $100 barrel is now $125, or that 1 ton of steel, instead of being $1,000, is $1,250. So it will cause a knock-on effect on inflation. But he doesn't care about that. He's using it as a bludgeon to beat other countries with, okay? And he's only interested in America. That's very, very clear. If you look at what's going on with the deal between in Eastern Europe, Trump wants 50% of all of the minerals or revenue from the minerals from the deposits in the Ukraine as a payment for supporting the war. At no point is Europe mentioned in that, okay? So Trump's going America first, and the sooner people around the world understand that, the better. Now, it's going to give the stocks and shares and crypto, it's going to give them a kick in the nuts, okay? And we don't like kicks in the nuts, because what's that? What does that mean? It means you bend over and the price comes down. So kick in the nuts is going to happen. Now, the next thing that's going to happen today is Nvidia. I don't know if it's mentioned in here. Nvidia, are going to announce their earnings today. Now, Nvidia is the whale, okay? It's the big one. We need to see whether it's making money or losing money or not making as much as we thought. All of those things are going to go on. So always keep an eye, and we don't need to talk about this. It's not a politics or an economics stream. Keep an eye on the outside world. I watch an awful lot of people who stream about crypto just to kind of get opinions, expand my knowledge, whatever it might be. And the number of people that cover the macro, I can count on one hand. They don't do it. They talk about the charts. The chart's going to do this. The chart is showing this. But what about interest rate cuts? What about the tariff wars? What about conflict? All of those things that we know about are taken into account. If the rumors are true and there is an agreement in place between Russia and the Ukraine and America, then that is going to buoy the markets, because markets, apart from military stocks, that don't really like it. So you've got to take everything into consideration. Now then, Bernstein reiterates a 200,000 Bitcoin target, sees buying opportunity amid market correction. Absolutely agree with this. I'm not saying you should throw your family jewels at Bitcoin, but if there's one crypto to buy and hold and help you sleep well at night, it's Bitcoin, because Bitcoin has not only, I saw that, I think I mentioned it yesterday, that Gary's Economics, I think he's called, he was a trader, made all his money, and now preaches about the fact that rich are too rich and the wealth gap's too huge. And 95% of what he talks about is absolutely spot on. But he's very misguided when it comes to certain things, because I don't think he's bothered to do the research on it. And Bitcoin, for me, if you're ever going to hold one cryptocurrency and one cryptocurrency alone for the next 20 years, it would be Bitcoin. Not Ethereum, not Solana, not anything else we talk about in here. You hold Bitcoin. If you are 20 or 30 years of age, your sole objective should be to buy 1/100th of a Bitcoin, 1/10th of a Bitcoin, half of a Bitcoin, or 1 Bitcoin. And that should be your sole aim in life. And then you hold it until the age of 50, 40, whatever it might be, and then you retire. Okay? If you're older, then you should be looking at this cycle, next cycle, and maybe the cycle after. And at some point, that's going to probably do, let's say, a 10x in the next 5 to 10 years. 5 to 10 years, you can turn $100,000 into $1 million. Okay, now that, 5 to 10 years is a long time, but believe you me, a lot of things can happen in 5 to 10 years. So $200,000 this time around, I think, is incredibly, incredibly bullish. And I don't agree with it. I think we'll go to 150, 125, worst, 150, I think. And I'm not just pulling a number out of my backside. I have got videos out there explaining why we get to those targets, especially for the OGs. So he thinks 200,000. Listen, if we get to $190,000, I'm out. I'm selling. That's it. I'm done. Okay? I'm not done streaming, but I'm done with Bitcoin, because that's a great price. And then if it retraces to 120, 110, 100, I'll buy back in. And then I don't care how low it goes. But I think there are certain types of people when we go down that will tell you we're going to $20,000, and that's for clickbait. There are other types of people that stick to their convictions, whether we go up or down. Bernstein is a perfect example of one. The price goes to 80,000, buy more. The price goes to 70,000, buy more. That's his attitude or her attitude. 200,000 is their job, and they've got analysts. Okay? I don't. I have me and the Oracle. Okay? There's two of us. There's probably 50 of them. If they say $200,000, they are more likely to be right than me. Okay? And that's just the facts of life. Their long-term prediction for Bitcoin is based on a straightforward thesis, a burgeoning digital gold asset class driven by accelerating institution and sovereign demand. Again, I made an OG video today about the tops and bottoms in the first quarter of each year. 2024, 2023, 2022, and 2021. The last 4 years, we have wicked in January and February exactly the same way we've just done for the last 4 years. And after each one of those wicks to the downside, we have seen a 60 to a 100% pump every year for the last 4 years. Now, you know what the definition of insanity is, don't you? You do the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result. So why should we expect a different result? We should expect to see something similar to what happened in 24, 23, 22, and 21. And there's no reason to expect any different, okay? Until it breaks, of course. There's nothing on the horizon to help it break. So, what do I mean by that? Well, let's say we do a 50% pump from where we are now. That puts us at $135,000. I would not be surprised if we were there in April, okay? It's not about, again, it's not about me pulling numbers out of my backside. It's about looking at the chart and seeing what's happened. And also, we've got so much bullish news on the horizon. The Strategic Reserve announced but not delivered. Interest rate cuts on the horizon, not delivered. Conflict coming to an end. It's coming to an end. It hasn't come to an end. Okay? There's a lot of really positive things to come out. For other coins, Cardano, HBAR, Litecoin, Solana, XRP, they're getting ETFs this year. Where is all the negativity coming from? Why is there so much negativity when we've had so many black swan events? The crypto hack, 1.4 billion. We didn't go below 86,000. We didn't go below 86,000 on a $1.4 billion hack because the industry saw what was going to happen, rallied round, and now that exchange is almost whole. That was a stress test, a $1.4 billion stress test of the industry, and it came out of it with a blink. A blink, a shudder, a shiver. That's what happened. If that had happened 2 years ago, we'd have absolutely crashed. Okay? We've had Libra. We've had Trump, Melania, Central African Republic. We've had a hack. What more do we need to see that we are on firm ground? Okay? If you get into a boxing ring and you hit that guy with everything you've got and he just smiles at you and nods, you know you're finished. The bears know they're finished. So I know we're at 89,000. I know you're all hurting because your alts are down 60, 70%. But just sit back and look what's hit crypto in the last 3 weeks and then say, Christ, I can't believe we're still at 89,000. Because that's what you should be saying. Ethereum is still at $2,500. Solana, which I said was going to be the worst affected, is now at $140. Where's the negativity? Why? Anyway, we're not doing too many charts today because we did them all yesterday. We did about 40 charts yesterday. And I think people need a rest of sitting there listening to me talk about charts all day. Right then, where are we? Aya Miyaguchi to become the president of Ethereum Foundation. Okay. Now, for those of you wondering, Aya, are you okay? It's a Michael Jackson song, okay? It's a Michael Jackson song. I know most of you out there are 20 years of age and don't even know who Michael Jackson is. But I do like my titles. And Aya has become the president. Now, why is this so important? Because I think we are in a long-term move away from Vitalik Buterin having complete control over Ethereum. And when I mean complete control, I mean in an unconstitutional way. I am not saying on paper he has full control. He doesn't. I mean that he is. When Margaret Thatcher was in charge of the country in the UK for about 18 years, she had complete control over everything. And absolute power corrupts absolutely. And there is not a world leader that we've ever seen that has not at some point faltered. And Vitalik is not a CEO. He's not a head, okay? He is not a head. He is brilliant at what he does. So this, for me, is what I wanted to see from Ethereum for a long time. I've been talking about this probably since the beginning of the year, maybe even back in October, okay? You can't have a single point of failure on any chain. Bitcoin doesn't have a head, okay? It's decentralized. Ethereum has a single point of failure, and that is Vitalik. Let's say tomorrow Vitalik gets arrested. Ethereum goes below $2,000. A dam protecting your village from the sea. And halfway along that wall, you've got a 20-meter stretch, which is made out of a straw net, okay? Reinforced with soil. And then there's a storm. Where's the single point of failure? It's that section of your wall. And you know about it, so you fix it. You fill it with concrete and you build it just as high as the rest of the wall. She and others like her are going to remove Vitalik from being the central point of failure and expect to see her face and many other faces coming out and talking about Ethereum in the future, because that's also what we need to see. We talk, you know, CZ, every time CZ talks on X, people all retweet it and all of the news people talk about it. He's no longer associated with his exchange. Where is the head of that exchange? He doesn't have any followers. He tweets a couple of times. He's not the proper head. But that's not a bad thing, because you want the exchange first and then the CEO second. You want Ethereum first and then the team second. Okay? That's what you want. So for me, this is massively bullish news. Ethereum belongs to everyone precisely because it belongs to no one, she said. Our culture of permissionless does not just tolerate disagreement, it grows stronger through it. Now, again, I don't agree with that at all, because you might think that, but the person you're arguing with is probably not going to agree with you, and it'll become resentment, and you don't need disagreement. What you need is to avoid an echo chamber. Our responsibility, our accountability lies in upholding Ethereum's values through both our actions and non-actions. Now, again, I'm not going to spend too long on this. We have a call at 12 o'clock or 12:05, so I can't be talking about it too much. But long-term, massively bullish on the changing direction of Ethereum. It's been needed, been calling for it probably for 6 months, if not 3 months. Okay, it's massively bullish for Ethereum. It's what is needed. Now, again, Roam Alone. Come on, Roam Alone. You've had a Michael Jackson song, and now you've got an all-time Christmas classic. Roam Protocol integrates with Polygon Aglayer to unlock Ethereum Solana interoperability. Again, Polygon, one of my picks. Somebody go and poke it with a stick. Is it still there? The Aglayer creates shared liquidity across chains. Don't need to talk more about it than that. What it means is that money can flow seamlessly between chains in a secure fashion. This is one of the biggest things we need to do, because if you unlock Ethereum Solana, you unlock Ethereum layer 2s in Solana. Now, we do have Wormhole, which allows funds to flow back and forth. We also have Debridge, which allows funds to flow back and forth. But we don't want funds flowing back and forth. We don't want the money to go from one chain to another. We want the chains to share the money, share the pool of money, because then you don't have to worry about going to Debridge, going to Wormhole. Your money is in your wallet, and your wallet has $200 in USDC. And you don't care if it's Arbitrum or Solana, and you want to buy that cute monkey NFT, and you press buy. You just want to buy the NFT. And then the NFT comes through, it's on Solana, but the $200 happens to have been on Arbitrum. The wallet does the rest, and it just pays. No bridging, none of that nonsense. That's where we want to get to. And things like AgLayer and CCIP, they help. So Solana-powered interoperability and scalability layer Roam protocol is integrated with the AgLayer, co-developed by Polygon Labs. This means the developers can build decentralized apps that leverage Ethereum security and Solana's performance and speed at the same time. According to the team, it's a key step towards an interconnected blockchain ecosystem. This is what we have been calling for ever since we started the channel. We started with 2 things that we wanted, and now we've got 3. We wanted, let's see if I can remember these, interoperability, and we wanted adoption and regulation. That was the 3. Regulation, adoption, and interoperability. Regulation means that exchanges they're regulated. So they're accepted. They need a license to trade. They are audited. That's what we mean by regulation. Okay, so that gets rid of the cowboys. We want adoption. We want people to be able to get crypto on their phones through the likes of Robinhood or eToro or Revolut. So that's adoption. And then the other element of adoption is people playing games, using it for finance, using it to, do the usual things they do in their lives. That's 2. And interoperability means Solana is a cobweb, Ethereum is a cobweb, Arbitrum is a cobweb, and they're all individual cobwebs. And what we want, just like the internet, one great big interconnected web of blockchains where you don't care what chain what is on. So you open your wallet, the Mike wallet, and you want to go and buy Ethereum. You press a button, it's in your wallet. You want to go and buy Solana, it's in your wallet. Okay, yes, you can do that through a centralized exchange. Of course you can. Talking about the decentralization and having everything at the touch of a button. You want to go and play a game that's on Polygon, but currently your funds are on Solana. You've got a bridge, maybe have a different wallet, although that's clearing up. So interoperability is what it's all about for me. And again, do not think for 1 second that Polygon is finished. I don't think it is. I think AgLayer is going to be its unicorn project. That's what I think. And again, anything that connects Ethereum to Solana is, in my opinion, a bonus. It's a big step towards a truly seamless, high-performance blockchain ecosystem, one that works across all of Web3, not just isolated networks. That's where we want to get to. Let's be happy that we have the likes of AgLayer and CCIP, because without them, we're going to really struggle to get adoption. Just think of trying to buy your aunt an NFT through Magic Eden if your funds are on the smart chain, the BSC, okay? Think about the fact that you're going to need 2 wallets. You need to bridge it. You then need to buy it. And then how does she get hold of it? How do you send it to her? It's just not quite working there yet. All the bits are there. Right then, I love these articles because I get to basically not quite bash them, but I get to see whether they're talking sense or not. 3 cryptos to turn $1,000 into $100,000. Expert warns on future altcoins. Again, let me just point something out to you. These are greed feeding headlines. I said before, Solana won't die because people are inherently greedy. Meme coins won't die because people are inherently greedy. What I think will die is the age of celebrity coins and politician coins. That will go, okay? We had cats and dogs and lizards and frogs. Then we moved on to rappers and singers. Then we moved on to politicians. That's going to go, and now we're going to get something completely different. Maybe AI meme tokens. Maybe that's the next one. Who knows? And when you see headlines like this, please don't get excited, okay? I said yesterday, we are boring. Our channel is boring. Our targets are boring. We are boring. But boring does not separate you from your money, okay? There is no way any of these three tokens I'm going to show you are going to turn your $1,000 into $100,000, okay? The likelihood is we may be able to turn your $1,000 into $4,000 or $5,000, but nobody would read the article, would they? If this said 3 crypto to turn $1,000 into $3,000, you wouldn't read it. So it has to go big or go home, okay? As Crispus probably is fully aware. So we crashed. Yes, we know. Coins are down. This article explores some of those altcoins that may help you turn. Some may, could, would, should. Again, it's that same stable, isn't it? Crypto coins to turn in. Kim Young-Yu, a popular crypto analyst who established CryptoQuant, has issued a major warning. He said that there will be a selective alt season. I totally and utterly agree with this. Okay? Not every altcoin is going to 10 or 20x from here on in. Not everyone. Maybe 20% will, maybe 10% will, maybe 40% will, but not all, okay? So you've got to be careful. And again, this is why we stick to revenue and profit. Revenue and profit. Wrap. Maybe we call it a wrap. So these are the 3 tokens that are going to make you make money. Polkadot will not cover this on the channel. Wouldn't buy it. Don't get the ETF. Don't buy this token. I will explain one day. Maybe I'll do it on Telegram, what the issue is. If you know the issue, then you know the issue. If you don't know the issue, I'll explain it in Telegram, why I'll never cover them, never give a price prediction on that chain. And it's probably one of maybe the only chain that I would never cover. And it's to do with the CEO. Is he called Wood? Gavin Wood, I think he's called. Ripple. Ripple is currently at $2.40. Do I think this could get to $10? My target is, I think, $5 to $7, which is probably a little bit on the low side. Some people are predicting $10. I would probably agree with that if we have a blow off top. But 5 to CEO sits next to Donald Trump. Yes. Chainlink absolutely is going to do well. Probably, what is it now, about $15? Something like that, $16. My target is $80 to $100. That's a 5x. It's got a smaller market cap than XRP, so it can run more. It's the biggest oracle in the world. It's an on and off ramp for Visa and MasterCard into crypto. They've got connections to USDC and USDT. They're also going to be used an awful lot for tokenization. If you go and look at the numbers that go through Chainlink, they are frightening. The amount of money that passes through Chainlink is astronomical, and they take an ever so tiny fraction of every transaction. So Chainlink, absolutely. Finger in the air, a 5x, finger in the air, a 3x. So between that, because I'm not going to put any money into this one. So if you put your $1,000 between these two, you're going to walk out with about $4,000, which is about right, I'd say. And that's if we don't have, you know, if everything goes according to how it should go, based on the patterns, then certainly you'd be looking at $4,000. And again, for those of you that don't believe me, we bought whatever we bought, $1,500 worth of XRP 2 years ago, and now that's worth $10,000, $11,000. So those multiples can happen, but you can run out of time as well. We are in February. We are expecting it to be November. That's only another 9 months away. Maybe we run out of steam or we run out of time. or we run out of things going live to get us across the line. But would I hold those two coins for the next 5 years into the next bull run? Yes, I would. I certainly would. Now then, Paxos. USDG stablecoin launches on Solana, fueled by 120% growth in stablecoin supply. The global dollar network has launched its stablecoin USDG on the Solana blockchain. Again, stablecoins bring liquidity, liquidity brings trading, and it reduces a lot of the volatility. Cardano is crying out for stablecoins over there, absolutely crying out, because everything is going between Cardano and the alts over there. You need dollars, and Solana is trailing Ethereum quite dramatically. Ethereum is where all the money is, so Solana's got to get more stable coins on there. I know PYUSD, which is PayPal, is over there, as well as Tether, as well as Circle, and now they've got USDG as well. It's never a bad thing. It's compliant with the Money Authority of Singapore. The launch is supported by various institutions, including Robinhood, Anchorage Digital, Galaxy, and Kraken, which are offering USDG with yield sharing capabilities. Institutions can access USDG on Solana through the digital platform. Ooh, this is an AI generated article. It's actually pretty good. You know what? AI is likely to replace everybody but me. You can't replace this face. That should be my new strapline from now on. You can't replace this face. Now, we've got 15 minutes left, and I have absolutely barrel rolled through these articles. So we're going to have time at the end to maybe have a look at some charts. But I've got to go sharpish today. Like I said, we've got this call at 12 o'clock in 13 minutes, and I can be a few minutes late for it because the Oracle is taking the call, but I don't want to be too late for it. So the likelihood is we're going to be done at 12:01 or thereabouts. Now, again, I have told you many, many times that FTT is a zombie coin. What is FTT? FTX was an exchange that went bust in, was it November 2022? Something like that. It went bust. It died a death and it vanished. And it had its own utility token, which was FTT. And there's no value in this token. This is one of the problems that a lot of people have with crypto. Where's the value in FTT? What does it do? I don't think it does anything. SBF has tweeted from prison. How is he allowed to tweet from prison? How does this thing happen? You know, maybe I come from Victorian England where people get thrown into a mouldy, wet cell room where they can hear nothing but the drips and the screams in agony of the other prisoners. That's what I was expecting. But SBF is probably having his tofu breakfast right now, tweeting about how wonderful his day is. Sam Bankman-Fried posted on X his first social media activity since January 2023, discussing government layoffs. The FTT experienced a brief 29% surge following his post. Bankman-Fried is appealing his case, arguing for a mistrial. There is absolutely no way on earth that man should get away with anything less than what he was given, because he's a crook and he would have damaged crypto. So he tweeted, the token pumped. Is that pretty much it? I thought it carried on down here. It's gone down here. Anyway, he tweeted, and that was the reason for the price of FTT to pump. I'm going to go and show you FTT because I think it's important that you understand that this is not a token you should trade. Okay? I don't care why you like it. It has no value. There is no inherent value. And yes, you can scream, well, neither does a meme coin, but a meme coin has a community behind it. A lot of the case. Excuse me. Right then, very quickly. This is the FTT token. I don't even think I've got marks on it. Okay, so just to put this into context, this is the token. Oh, I've actually drawn a circle on there. Oh, look at that crash. Wow. That was a good one, wasn't it? Okay, so this token was once worth $86,000. Sorry, $86. And it's now worth $1.70. Okay, and we've been telling you not to buy this token pretty much for that entire period of time there. There is no chance, okay? There is no chance this token is ever going to recover. If you see, because I know a lot of people like to go and, we're going to go and have a look at, what are the top coins of the day? Oh, that coin's done well. Look at that coin. Okay, look how far we've got to zoom in. Right. This coin, if you zoom into this level, managed to get above the bull market support band. I don't know how it did that. It got as high as $4.30. Now, I'm going to show you what's going to happen to this coin. Okay? Sam Bankman-Fried might get released. News dies. Sam Bankman-Fried looks like he's going to get a retrial. Sam Bankman-Fried looks like he's going to get out. Sam Bankman-Fried is released. Okay? That's what's going to happen with this coin. Okay? There's no utility. There's no community. There's no value with this coin. It is all solely based on Sam Bankman-Fried tweeting from a prison cell. So a convicted criminal tweets and this coin goes up 29%. That's the state of crypto right now. Okay? Maybe Donald Trump and the Trump token. Maybe that was the top. Maybe that was the glorious end to our bull run. Maybe Melee kicked us when we were on the floor. Okay? Maybe Yi is going to be the one that comes in and finishes us off. Okay? Because Yi is going to go live at some point, and you, not you individually, but you are going to buy it. Now, let me show you this. I'm going to show you the Yi chart. Okay? This is the Yi chart. I know it says Trump, but this is the Yi chart. Yi is going to do that. Okay? Now, do you want to see another one while we're here? For those of you at the back that don't quite understand what is going to happen, before this coin did this, it did this. Okay? Now, that's Melania. You've seen Trump. Do you want another one to show you just how? Let me find that one. You'll find another one. Now, this is slightly different. In fact, no, this can't be the right one. This can't be the right one. Is it that one? Let me try another coin. Okay, I can't find Libra. Libra is also going to crash. Okay, they're all going to die. Is CAD listed somewhere? Is this the Central African Republic one? I don't know if I can actually get the coins up because I am doing this off the huff, but maybe this is it. Let's have a look. This could be, oh no, this is a different coin altogether. The point of the matter is, they're all pumps and dumps, okay? They will be released to you, and you will go and buy them. And then the people that own the tokens will dump on you from a great height. And you'll go, why is my $100 worth $4? And then it will go back up to $12. And you think, oh, I've made a gain. Recency bias. You're still down 88%. Don't buy Yi. Don't buy Trump. Don't buy Melania. Don't buy Libra. Don't buy CAD. Don't buy Daddy. Don't buy Mother. Don't buy Hulk Hogan. Don't buy Hoctor. Don't buy them. Don't buy any of those trash coins. Okay. Now we're going to go look at Bitcoin very quickly. The Oracle is using the charts. Right then, let's go out of that and have a look at this. See where we are. Bitcoin coming in at 89,000. I tweeted yesterday that I thought 87,000 was the bottom. Let me give you a quick recap because I've got to do an hour. No, you don't need to postpone. Don't need to postpone at all. I'm going to be ready in 3 or 4 minutes. It's not a problem. Bitcoin, we called the bottom. We think the bottom was $87,000. So, given that I think $87,000 is the bottom, one or two things is going to happen between now and the end of the week. Thursday and Friday, if the jobs report and the inflation data come out and there is some indication that we're going to see a rate cut, it's going to help the market and it's going to help Bitcoin, okay? What the market doesn't want to see is rising inflation, because that's a bad thing, okay, for everybody concerned. Rising inflation means we're not going to see rate cuts. Secondly, the jobs report. If more people are unemployed, it shows that the economy is weakening. If there's more people looking for jobs, it lowers wage inflation. Also, another positive sign for Chairman Powell to cut rates. There are other things, of course. House prices in America. They want them to come down. They don't want runaway house prices. So all of these things all happen in the next 48 hours, 62 hours, around that figure. We're going to see stuff tomorrow, and we're going to see stuff on Friday. That's all we need to care about, okay? Now, 11:56. I am done for the day, okay? I only have a 30-second dash to the meeting, so it's not too far away for me. I am going to be streaming tomorrow, but I am likely to not stream on Friday. The Oracle is going to be streaming early on Friday. I think he's going to be streaming about 4 or 5 o'clock on Friday. So Friday I'm not going to stream. Friday I'm going to make videos. I think video content. So this week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, I am streaming 11 o'clock. The Oracle streamed 9 o'clock on Monday and probably 5 o'clock on Friday. And what is special, I should really go full screen, close that down, since it's the end of the show. What is important to understand about Friday is the Oracle will have a very special guest, we hope. And that guest on Friday is none other than KB from chat. KB and the Oracle are going to go over charts on Friday afternoon. But it's not going to be 9 o'clock on Friday evening. It's going to be 4 or 5 o'clock on Friday. And I'm sure you are excited to see and hear what KB has to think about the markets. So that's Friday. So I'm not going to stream on Friday. I am going to make videos. There is a couple of videos on the horizon that I'm going to be making. I'm going to be making a Maple Finance video, which we are now partnered with Maple Finance. So that's going to be a big one. I said yesterday they passed 600 million TVL. They've now passed 650 million TVL. I'm expecting their TVL by the end of the year to be about 2 billion. Okay, they're a growing business. I have also started to buy the Syrup token. I think it's about 11 or 12 cents. I bought some at the end of last week, I think maybe Wednesday or Thursday last week actually, and I bought some more last night. So I'm going to start dollar cost averaging into Syrup. Again, that's with my money, not with anybody else's money. Maple, I'm going to do an overview. Now, I said yesterday as well that one of the big things about Maple Finance is that your money and your principal is secured. I've got a document sent over to me from Gleb at Maple Finance that I'm going to read through and probably make a video about how your money is kept safe. We don't want another Celsius, okay? We don't want another lending platform disappearing with everybody's funds, but that's not how Maple works. And I think we need to make a video about that. Also, it's Pancake Day next Tuesday. So I'll be making the Maple video probably for then. We have some WolfSwap news to come out. Loaded Lions is going live in about 2 days. We might make a video about that. That's on the horizon. We have a meme coin coming up. I've made 2 videos in the last few days. One about Yi, which I want you all to watch, so you all understand why you shouldn't be buying Yi tokens and these other meme coins. The other video I have made is about rock, paper, scissors. I have found a really cool game called Rock, Paper, Scissors. It's only got 500 or 600 people following it. It's not a big project at all, but you can play Rock, Paper, Scissors online, and I played that when I was about 10, which was about 1,000 years ago. So make sure to go and check out the Rock, Paper, Scissors video. There's no token, as far as I'm aware, associated with it, so it's not like you can go and buy a token associated with it. It's just a game that you can play. Anyway, that is the end of the stream. Thank you, everybody, for coming along. I am back tomorrow. I will add the stream to the exchange in about an hour and a half's time, 2 hours' time. Thank you, everybody. Take care.